The island of silence far, far away, beyond seven seas and misty dawns. There is an island that is not marked on any map. It is called the island of silence. They say that those who have been running from themselves for too long end up there. You can only reach the island in your dreams. Every night, when the moon touches the horizon, an invisible bridge made of moonlight appears. It leads straight to a sandy shore where the waves whisper forgotten stories, and the wind smells of childhood memories. One day, a man named Alien came to this island. He was weary, and not in body, but in soul. All his life he had been in a hurry. To achieve, to succeed, to prove himself, to meet expectations. And then one night he saw this bridge in his dream and, without knowing why, he walked across it. The sand on the island was as soft as a cloud, and the air was clear and sweet. Alien sat down on the shore and, for the first time in many years, he simply listened. He heard the sea breathing, the palms whispering to each other, and somewhere in the distance a bird singing not for fame, not for anyone else, but simply because it wanted to. "Why is it so quiet here?" he asked an old man who was sitting nearby, weaving a wreath out of seaweed. "Silence isn't the absence of sound," the old man smiled. "It's when sounds no longer shout at you, but speak to you." Alien thought about this. He remembered how long it had been since he'd heard his own inner voice. It had all been drowned out by people's opinions, worries, plans. "To-do lists, how do I get back to that voice?" he asked. "Just stop running," the old man replied. "Stay here for at least a moment. The island of silence gives you what you are ready to receive." And so Alien stayed. He wandered through a forest where the trees were so tall their crowns disappeared into the clouds. He found a stream whose water didn't reflect his face, but his brightest memories. Laughing with friends, seeing the sea for the first time, holding his newborn daughter in his arms. One day he met a woman on the island, with eyes the color of the morning sky. She didn't speak as she painted on the sand, on leaves, on misty dawns. Her pictures were simple. A cup of coffee on a table, rain outside the window, a stranger's smile. "What are you painting?" Alien asked. "Moments people forget to appreciate," she answered. "Happiness isn't a goal, it's the ability to see beauty where you are." Alien began to learn this. He learned to listen to the wind, to notice how the light changed at sunset, to smell the rain before a storm. He understood that silence wasn't emptiness, but a space where something real is born. But one morning he felt it was time to return. "I don't want to leave," he told the old man. "You're not leaving," the old man smiled. "The island of silence is now inside you. You can return there anytime, just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember this sand, this wind, this peace." Alien opened his eyes, he was lying in his bed, and dawn was breaking outside. But something had changed. He heard the birds singing outside his window, the clatter of a cup in the kitchen, and for the first time in a long while. These sounds didn't annoy him, but warmed his heart. From then on, he knew, when the world becomes too loud, you just need to find your own island of silence. Everyone is one somewhere between a breath and an exhale, between a thought and a feeling, between the past and the future. And if you ever grow weary, just close your eyes. Perhaps the moonlit bridge is already waiting for you at the end.